Whoa. That
What?
thing was whatever just happened. I think we're good. Actually, okay.
There's a big old glitch on my end too.
Did it stop? It
Yeah,
said something about you can't record this. You know what would really suck if we did a whole episode and then like
just gone.
it's just gone. Well, that with the one time when I had to do like the double, I was like, oh no.
Welcome back to episode 51.
No, episode 50. That's our new co-host. If you guys are
That was
just listening,
close.
Darth Vader is here on the episode.
Dude, my throat, man. It's so sore. Last night I just kept waking up.
I was actually listening to it was this morning, I think. My morning TikTok scroll, and he's a bodybuilder. I think he's based out of Las Vegas. He's pretty popular on TikTok, but he is very regimented in everything he does. Like he's written down every workout and meal for the past like 10, 20 years, and he's a big Lego guy.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah. So he always does like Lego trips where he likes to find them out in the wild. So he doesn't like to order them. He likes to go to Lego and find whatever Lego set he's looking for. But he was talking about his sleep schedule, and I don't know how healthy it would be, but I was like, man, that kind of sounds like fun. And what he does is he just sleeps whenever he wants. So he does like online coaching, I think is his main job in
Okay.
bodybuilding, but he just sleeps whenever he wants. So let's say it's like he's up late to 2 or 3 in the morning. He'll just go to sleep. When he wakes up, he wakes up. If he feels like he needs to take a nap, he just takes a nap. And he just has that sporadic of a sleep schedule, and he just does it. And sometimes he'll take like 2 naps a day and then go to bed. He'll sleep for 4 hours, wake up, oh, I'm good. And then he'll go back, like whatever. Could you do that kind of sleep schedule?
No, because I would sleep too long. Like I had an alarm for this podcast, and I snoozed that thing like crazy. Like I got 9 hours of sleep, and I'm snoozing it. I woke up, I guess, 20 minutes ago to make oatmeal and to brush my teeth. That's it.
The crazy thing is you do this without having caffeine in the system. That's the thing. Like, how do you
I'm good, man.
no caffeine in the
Well,
system?
that's the weird thing. Well, I mean, I drink caffeine like everybody else, but once I'm awake, I'm awake. I'm not a nap person. I don't take naps at all. Like, even if I laid down and I was really, really tired, I've taken maybe 3 naps in my entire life.
Yeah, I'm not a big nap person either, but I believe I think I think I could do that type of sleep schedule though. I think I could just go to sleep whenever I want, but then I probably wouldn't be as productive because there's less structure.
Well, that's what I was just about to say is depending on what you're doing and how like what your job is,
Yeah,
like he's able to do that clearly because of his job type. And maybe he's a little more type A to where he's a little more on top of his stuff, you know?
yeah.
But I don't know.
And I think if I was just doing computer stuff, like let's say all I did was edit videos, like create content and all that, and I just had to film and whatnot, I think I could do that style. Like sometimes I get into a creative groove where I'm on my computer and I'll be editing videos and doing stuff, and I'm like, man, it's already been 2 hours. Like I could go another like 2 and have no problem with that, and maybe I could do that type of sleep schedule. I don't know. I think it's interesting though. I don't
Yeah,
know how healthy.
it
I don't know
is
how healthy it
interesting.
is though. Okay, let's get into this. The last episode, we did overrated, underrated. So I decided, you know what? Let's pitch some of this stuff up on the Instagram and get other people involved. So it's been out for not quite 20. It's been out for 22 hours. So I think it's long enough that we're gonna see where the votes are on some of this stuff. And I didn't put everything we talked about, but I put more of the more contentious ones or the more I think more of you conflicting. So let's go through the
Yeah.
list here as far as what the Instagram peoples voted for as far as overrated and underrated. Okay, here we go.
All right. All
I
right.
put Outer Banks first because I knew it was going to be a little crazy. So underrated on Outer Banks was 22% of people said it was underrated, and
Hmm.
78% said it was overrated. So I would say the majority vote of it being overrated, which we didn't really talk about it because you haven't seen it, but
I haven't seen it. I still haven't seen it. So,
and the total votes was 11 people voted for it being underrated. 11 people.
hmm.
Lauren and I finished the second season of that, and I think we're going to go back. We're going to obviously going to go. We were about to start the third season last night, but we ended up watching, which came out a long time ago. We ended up watching The Third Night at the Museum. Have you seen that yet?
Third Night at the Museum?
There's a third
Yeah,
one.
probably.
I didn't know there's a third one.
Yeah, I've probably seen it.
So we started watching that, but the season 2 of Outer Banks, and there's no spoilers involved here if you haven't seen it, but it may get you wanting to see it. There's 2 massive cliffhangers at the end of season 2. One is right at the end of the last episode. If they can make those cliffhangers like cohesively actually make sense inside of the story, even though some of the stuff is kind of cheesy and predictable, it's a really good, compelling story. But I feel like there's just
Yeah.
no way they can do it. I think at this point, it's almost like a dramatic component they put in just for the sake to be dramatic because they just boom, boom, cliffhanger back to back. So we'll see where it goes. We haven't watched season 3 yet.
Yeah, I think I watched a couple episodes a long time ago of the first season, and I think it was fine. I get the appeal. I don't get the crazy appeal, but I get the little bit of appeal.
Yeah. Yep. We're going to watch season 3, though. I want to watch it. All right.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A. Mr. Chick-fil-A here.
Chick-fil-A gotta be overrated from the people.
So we got 32 votes for overrated and 26
Okay.
votes for underrated. So
Oh, it was
a little bit
close.
closer,
Okay.
45 and 55. Should I just always look what Lauren voted on here and call her out? Just kidding.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
I want to hear it. She said overrated as well, like we did. So
All right, that's fair.
Okay. We'll only call her out when she says something we don't like. All right, Schitt's Creek. Holy cow. This one has been going, I've been kind of paying attention to this one a little bit more. It's been going back and forth as far as the votes here. And I
Yeah.
might have to come back to this one because it is tied up at 17 to
Is it really?
17 to 17. 50%.
All right, let me vote.
50%.
I don't know. Let's see if I voted on that one.
Yeah, some of them.
Did I vote on that one? Some of them I voted on. Some of them I didn't. Oh, I didn't vote on this one. I could sway the vote. I haven't seen it though.
Yeah, you can't. Well, it's kind of nice when I go through here. I would say some of them have more votes than other ones. The total views are about the same for all of them. So people just didn't vote on the ones. I guess it's like respectfully
You know
didn't
what?
vote on.
That's fair though.
Yeah.
That's what they should do. I'm gonna vote.
I'm gonna go vote too because we said it was in the last episode. I said it was overrated. I've tried to watch.
I think we just tied it back up.
I'll go back and I'll reload it in a second. We'll go back to it at the end here. I forget. All right. I told this to my class yesterday because I asked if anyone had voted on it at the end of the classes. And I said, I kind of feel bad posting like individuals on this. And then someone immediately goes, yeah, Taylor Swift's not going to see this. I was like, yeah, but still, it's kind of like we're personally attacking.
Taylor Swift's not going to see that.
We're personally attacking them, but it's not that like we're saying are they good or bad? It's like the rating, and Taylor Swift is such a big artist that yeah. So the votes,
it's fine.
Yeah, Taylor Swift.
It's fine.
Dude, what if she messages me? I'm just kidding. Okay, overrated 71% and underrated 29%.
Shocker.
Yeah, that's not a shocker. Go in here and call out every single person that put underrated.
Bro, 29% of people, that has to be your Swiftie audience.
Yeah. My Swiftie audience. Put them in a bundle. Okay. Yeah. Where we got 4 more here. Oh, this one. This one we had a pretty not aggressive opinion on, but I know Cole was a little jazzed up last episode because he had a little bit of pre-workout before. So this one, he's a little under the weather. So it's kind of like we're going from one end to the next. That's why I'm in dark too. If you're on the YouTube, I got everything, all the lights off. I'm wearing a different.
Dude, I got a grout fit on right now. You can't see, but I got some gray shorts on.
Nice. I've got gray pants on. This is the first time I've worn this zip up, and then I'm not wearing a hat for the first time in forever there. Okay. Chick-fil-A fries. What do you think? What do you think? So in total, there looks like there's 52 votes in total. 52 votes. What do you think? It's close.
It's close. Oh, okay. 24 for underrated. Oh wait, no. Yes, that math works. 24 for underrated, 28 for overrated.
Chick-fil-A fries was voted as underrated by 28 votes to 26 votes.
No. Wait, what? That math doesn't work.
28 votes to 26 votes. Did I do my
You
math
said
wrong? Sorry,
52?
54. I can't math, dude.
All right.
Okay. I
Come
did
on,
my math
man.
slow. So 54. Sorry. So 28 to 26. Yeah, well,
I don't know. I think they're overrated because of those people that voted for underrated.
and Lauren is one of them.
Because
Calling her out.
wow,
Lauren, what are you
wow.
doing? Did Aaron vote?
No,
Let's
but I
find
just
Aaron
think
here. No, I'm just kidding.
she might not have voted. I don't know. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the people that like really enjoy Chick-fil-A fries are just so fanatic about it that it makes me want to say overrated.
Yeah, well, I think it's if you're the extreme end of it, right? That's kind of what you're
Yeah.
saying. I get that as well. This is one of the ones that had the least amount of total votes, and I think it's because the least amount of people have seen it. But I went ahead and put Community up there, and we're gonna tangent off on this because I just rewatched a couple of the episodes the other day that I want to talk about. Community, 19 votes said underrated, and 13 votes said overrated. So it is vote wise, its majority is underrated, which is good, which I think is true.
Yeah.
Good. And that one was making me nervous. But I texted you. Actually, I'm gonna call myself out here in a second. I texted you like last week or
Yeah.
that I was so I went back and I was rewatching the second season, the last two episodes. If you really even if you've I guess you have to kind of watch the show, but the amount of just like quippy jokes, inside jokes, humor, the way they did those paintball episodes is so well done that like it's one I feel like if I need to watch something that just is very wholesome and just want to put me in like a better mood, that's like an easy go to. Just go watch those two
Yeah.
episodes, the paintball episodes.
I know. Those are the
Did
best.
you go back and
They
watch
are
it
the best.
when I texted you?
I haven't watched them yet. No, I haven't watched them yet. Me and Aaron have been grinding on some TV shows recently
Yeah.
because Succession season 4 comes out on Sunday.
You excited about that? We still haven't started it.
I'm so excited. I know you haven't.
Yeah.
I know you haven't because otherwise you would have talked to me about it.
Okay, we'll start Succession.
It's
We're
fine.
already watching so many shows. We'll start Succession if you start The Mandalorian.
Okay, that's easy. Dude, you're asking your unemployed friend who has all of the time in the world to start a TV show.
Go watch The Mandalorian. It's really good. I haven't watched the third season yet though.
Um, yeah, I'll do it. Disney Plus, right?
Yeah, but what was I gonna say?
Do I need any backstory for it?
No, I mean you can.
What's the just like Boba Fett or whatever? That's it, or Django? I don't know which one is it,
It's it's
or is it none of
it's none
them?
of them. No, he's just a Mandalorian.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
he's the same.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
you don't even. I mean, you don't
It's
even.
just bounty hunter vibe, right?
Yeah, you don't even. Yeah,
That's what I mean to say.
yeah.
Okay,
You don't even have to like Star Wars to watch. I mean, you'll respect it more.
I like Star
But
Wars.
yeah. So Community underrated paintball episode, really fun. One of my I do want to say one of the jokes. You ever see the movie The Little Rascals?
Yeah.
Okay. This is season 2, episode like 23. So this is, I don't know, 40 episodes into the show. And there's a character on the show in the school that's an older gentleman that he's just randomly in episodes. And I don't know how long they held on to this joke, but it just made me laugh out loud so much, or just like so quickly. I was just like, wait, what? They just did that? And then they just like breeze over it. That's how many jokes they have, just like to throw in, and just like not even toss away. It's like, we got more. Screw it. That's a great joke, but we're not going to sit on it. And they were talking about how they're going to deal with the situation. Like they're teaming up together to deal with another team of paintball people that got dropped off, is the best way I can put it. It's a terrible way of putting it. But that's what's happening. And uh, what is his name? One of the guys just says a plan, and then one of the main characters also goes, "Oh, he goes, what are we, the Little Rascals?" And then it pans over to the older guy that I'm talking about, and he actually was one of the Little Rascals, and he goes, "I was," and then it just like
No
comes out of
shot.
it. I was just like, they just threw that joke away so quickly.
Bro, when did the Little Rascals come out? Because I know who you're talking
He's
about.
the old dude.
I'm looking that up. Oh, okay. So he was the old dude in the Little Rascals.
No, he is old in Community. He's just a random.
Bro, but like The Little Rascals only came out in '94.
I'm pretty, and I could be completely wrong here. It maybe just looks like he was in the Little Rascals, but now I have to figure. I didn't even do any research on this, and I'm just probably just telling a lie at this point. Let me make sure I'm looking up exactly. See, I am
Just a fake news here, man.
exactly. All right, hold on. We're both gonna the little.
Alright. I'm looking at the cast, I don't recognize anybody.
He's not a main character in.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
May have just maybe it was just because
Alright.
of his outfit.
2 guys Googling now.
I might have to research. Let's see. I might have to let's see.
In other news.
Yeah, okay, we'll come off that. In hindsight, I'll go back and make sure I check out that. There we go. 11 inside jokes that are still completely brilliant. 23, Richard Newman. Okay. Oh, okay. No. All right. Nailed every take. Richard, his name is Richard Erdman. I found the guy. And I guess the running inside joke was he believed he was in the Little Rascals. I was so excited. I thought he actually was in the Little
That's
Rascals.
funny.
Whatever. It was funny to me. I don't care. Moving on. All right, we got 2 more here, and then we'll come off the overrated, underrated.
Sorry.
Canes, 41 votes for underrated and 14 votes overrated. That's a strong 75 to 25%.
That's interesting. That's interesting. I guess if you think about it on a grand scale, it is somewhat overrated underrated because of the lack of locations.
Yeah. And then last one, Mr. Ed Sheeran, 65% overrated and 35% underrated. So I think almost every single one of these, for the most part, is exactly what we said. As far as,
Yeah, pretty
yeah,
much.
pretty much everyone's on the same page in a majority sense. Not that everyone has to have the same opinion. It's just for funsies. Okay. To the next thing. This episode will come out the week before spring break. So over spring break, I will have a lot more free time to do less coaching. So I'm gonna have a very minimized schedule as far as what I'm coaching. A lot of people out of town. It's a perfect time for me to do more creative stuff. And one of the things that I will be doing for sure is we're gonna have our first guest spots. I'm gonna have time between like
Oh,
5 and
nice.
later where I'm gonna be able to get people together and actually do guest sections. And the guest sections will typically probably be anywhere between 5 minutes and longer, depending on how well the conversation's going. And then Cole will obviously still be here, but there also might be some times with the guest people, because over the summer I'm gonna be super busy. There might be full episodes. If they're doing well on when we're podcasting, there might be full episodes. So if you want to be a part of the podcast, just message me on YouTube, Instagram, do it, and then I'm gonna start adding people to this thing just for fun, and that it also helps the podcast grow. And it's fun to do these. And I've bought an extra microphone, so some of the people I'll be just like have them borrow the microphone, so they're a little bit better quality. And I've considered going ahead and buying an extra webcam, just like, all right, take this, do the episode, bring it back to me. It might be kind of annoying, but we'll see. Maybe I should also have you. You'll be, because you are co-host, you will do interviews with other people as well.
Okay.
That would be
I'll figure
fun.
something out.
But yeah, so I'll be doing that next week because spring break's coming up. And then one last thing. This is completely. I was supposed to do this at the beginning, but that's okay. One last thing is I'm looking at just like overall viewership of the podcast, and as far as whether it's on Spotify or Apple Music or YouTube and whatnot. And I like to sometimes ask some of my people that I know listen to this regularly. And one of my athletes yesterday, and I wanted to give him a shout out, Grayson. He's like, I started watching the podcast, and I was like, oh yeah, what are you listening to it on? He goes, I don't like listening to it. I like watching it. I think it's
Oh,
interesting
nice.
the range of people that like I don't want to listen only, or I want to watch it.
Yeah.
I always just listen to stuff, but
I've kind of shifted to watching now. I like listening because I can just throw my phone wherever and I can just go wherever, but I've kind of shifted to watching. I don't even know why. The people are just sitting there, but I like to watch their facial expressions and how they interact with each other and stuff.
yeah,
So,
No, it's interesting. And when Grayson said that to me yesterday,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I kind of want to know who I know a couple of people that I know are regular listeners, but if you're someone that consistently listens to this on a weekly, bi-weekly basis, whatever you consider yourself a consistent listener, go to the YouTube channel and just put in the comment section something really quickly. And as this thing keeps growing and growing and growing, we'll kind of know who's our original listeners. And Grayson has started his journey. I wonder what episode he's on, but I wanted to give him a shout out. He's been one of my long-standing athletes. His family has been fantastic.
Really?
His older brother started with me. He's like an OG. Parker, his brother, is one of my original athletes. I would basically say he's in the top 3 of the originals that I've had off and on for, I mean, 8 years or so, and his sister,
Yeah.
on the whole
That's
family.
cool.
But yeah, shout out for Grayson and Parker and Lexi if she wants it. Lexi will laugh at that if
How
she's
long
listening.
how how long have you been at Edge?
I started I started like my internship in
Yeah.
2014. It was my last semester of
Wow.
college. So we're coming up
About to hit
on,
10 years.
yep, we're 10 years or so.
You gonna do a big old celebration?
Maybe. I don't
I'll
know.
bake you a cake. How about that?
Okay. I'm all for a cake.
I've never made a cake. Well, that's a lie. That's a lie. I've made a carrot cake with Aaron before.
Okay, make sure if you do make me a cake, bring Aaron along. I'm just kidding. I want cookies.
No, you're right. You're right. Would you prefer cookies?
No. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Wait. Cupcakes or regular cake? Pick one.
Regular cake.
I agree. Cupcakes are
Better.
overrated.
Yes. uh, the cookies that Lauren. Okay, the last.
Dude.
Okay,
Dude, those cookies were insane.
I don't know. I don't know how much her cookies are deadly because the past two, the ones that she made with the brown sugar, oatmeal, whatever chocolate chip, are just like we had a ton because she made a second batch the other night, right? When you guys were over, and I just couldn't stop. Every day, it was like I'm gonna eat half a cookie and then eat the other half later. And then I just that earlier in the day after lunch or whatever, I ate the whole cookie. And then later on at night, I was like, all right, another cookie. I was like, well, okay,
Dude,
these can't just stay here.
I think I had 3.5 or 4 that night I was over.
They're so good.
They're so good. I could have had more. I just didn't want to be rude
I don't know.
because that is rude. Like, definitively, I can't steal that many
Just
cookies
drilling
from
on.
people.
What is the appropriate amount of cookies you can steal? Is it a percentage of the whole
Dude,
batch or
that's
what?
what I want to know. Like, socially, what is an acceptable amount of cookies to take?
I think once you get past 3, that's when it becomes a little excessive, depending on the size. And those were pretty big.
See, that they were big.
Just putting them in your pocket. I'm like, where'd all the cookies go? I don't know if those are my favorite or the gingerbread ones that we've made as well.
Oh, those were good. I did like
They're both
those.
so good.
We should come out with like a cookbook.
I mean, Lauren, dude, for sure. Lauren, I've pitched to her several times. I was like, all right, we just need to do one video of you cooking something, and I'll edit it up and we'll put it out into the like put it out there, or
Yeah,
some of the baking stuff. I mean, her cookies are getting so deadly at this point. I'm just like, all right, what do we got this time? What am I going to be eating?
bake
Yeah,
sale, man.
no, yeah.
Big old
Well,
bake
Aaron and
sale.
her did it that one time, right? Those cookies were.
I know.
I,
Yeah.
I didn't even get one.
You didn't get
I didn't
one?
got one. Yeah, I think I may have tried one, but they took those and
Here's what I'll say. They were really good.
how many?
Let me preface with
How many
that.
did you
I'm
have?
just not a sugar. I had
Oh,
one.
okay.
I had one. I had one.
Okay.
I'm just not a sugar cookie person.
Yeah.
So they were just the most sugar cookie ever. And so I was like, I'll have one. And they were good for what they are. I'm just not the biggest sugar cookie person. So,
Yeah. I got you. I got you.
anyways, that was a tangent.
Yeah. So if you are listening to this
Guest.
regularly,
You know what?
yep.
I want questions to answer each week.
No, I'd like that too.
Random questions.
Random question, and it could be about anything.
It could be anything.
Yeah.
You could ask for advice. Don't take our advice, but you could ask for advice on a situation. Okay.
You can ask about fitness because we work out.
Yeah. You could ask about fitness from the expert and the non-expert.
Talk about fitness. We're gonna do fitness challenges. We did talk about how we should do a fitness challenge. I'm considering.
Yes, dude.
I
I
know
would do it.
after spring break week is when I'm going to get real dialed in on some of my training. I've got some injuries and I'm coming over, and they're slowly getting where they need to be, which is really nice. I finally squatted a respectable amount of weight yesterday for reps, and I was like, oh, thank God. With no belt, below parallel, real deep squat. And I hit it yesterday and didn't have any pain in certain areas I've been having issues with, just me being dumb and not
Yeah.
paying attention to them. So after spring break, maybe that's when we actually commit to some kind of fitness challenge together.
Yeah, dude.
Something crazy. I would also
Yeah,
I
dude.
would also like to, I can't I don't think I can do it because summer's so crazy. I would also like to start running a little bit. Like nothing crazy, but I'll be running in the summer so much that I just like when I run with my conditioning class, I can't commit to it. So it's kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb. Yeah. Guest spots.
I'm telling you, we should do a race. Not even a crazy race, just like a 5K. See who can run it the fastest.
I don't want to train for it.
Well, sucks.
This is the excuse I'm going to give, but it actually is like it's very truthful. I walk so much at work, and I know when the summer comes up, I do my conditioning classes 2 or 3 times a week, and I typically tend to do them with my athletes because it seems to push them harder. It allows me to get a little bit more of a workout in, and if I were to add any more movement to that, I'm just going to be miserable, and I can't commit to doing anymore. I mean, if I go look at my step counter, I mean, it's every day. It's 15 to 20,000 steps. Not just like 5, it's every single
Oh,
day.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it's like plus working out, and that doesn't even count the
Ooh,
stairs.
maybe you know what? Maybe that's a challenge. You do zero training for it. Zero training for it. See how fast you can do it, and then I'll train as hard as I can and see if I can beat your time. What do you think you would run a 5K at?
Right now, so I'm not. I mean, I can go out and do sprints all day. I'll come back to that story in a second. But what could I do it in? I mean, I'm gonna be probably running because it's not gonna necessarily be so much my cardio as it would be like something kind of cramping up or my back feeling tight or my calves start
Yeah.
hurting. So I think it would be. I mean, I could do I don't know 8 minute between 8 and 9 minute miles for all three.
Okay. Yeah.
I think that's
So like
reasonable,
what
maybe.
the pace I ran like the half at was like 9:07.
Yeah,
So I would have to like get my pace bumped down.
yeah. Well, it's a much shorter distance at a 5K, so
It is. It is.
so that would be a little bit shorter. So we could do it. I mean, I wouldn't
We'll
be
see.
completely against it. I think yeah, it would be between 8 and 9 minutes. But the story I was going to tell is he's eventually going to be on here as on a guest spot. I might get him on here before he leaves. Actually, I have a he's one of my long-standing like families that I've worked with, whether it's training his sisters or training his mom, and he's 21, 22 now, and he's about to go to Alaska to be.
Okay.
He's a firefighter. Like he fights wildfires. So I've been training him the past, I guess, like 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks to kind of get him a little more dialed in and ready and help him out with some of the stuff he's doing. And he does this crazy workout on the turf. And I guess like 2 Saturdays ago, I haven't ran like that in a long time. This is not me tooting my horn. He's been running. He's been running a decent amount. He's in really good shape. He has to be in good shape to basically make sure that he survives when he goes to Alaska, basically, because they got to do a
Mhm.
crazy work. And I ran with him. Now this is after he did a crazy workout. I did a workout in the morning, but nowhere near as crazy. And I was able to keep up with him and push him a little bit. And we're doing sprints though. Longer distance, he would obliterate me, but sprints I can handle like
Yeah.
shuttles. So I don't know.
I haven't done any sprints like since I was probably 14.
That's insane. We need to get you sprinting and pull a hamstring.
Well, like when am I supposed to sprint?
Yeah. Well, it's one of the things that I've always said is as you get older, don't stop sprinting and don't stop jumping. But then it's
But
also
like
where do
where?
you sprint?
When are you supposed to do it?
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if you
Outside,
yeah,
like looking like an absolute maniac,
just
just like going down the sidewalk, dude.
what you
Like
well, no, what you need to do is you need to do this is what I did when I was younger is mailbox sprints. So what you do is you you pick a mailbox and you sprint from that mailbox to another mailbox, and then you either jog or walk to the next mailbox, and then you sprint again. Just go do that. That makes you look like a maniac.
That makes you look insane, dude.
Mailbox runs. It's a good way to just do random intervals. But yeah, sprinting. But it's also a really good way if you haven't done it in a while. If you go at 100%, let's just say your neurological system, your brain thinks you can run this fast, but your body's not ready for it. There goes a hamstring.
No,
Yeah.
no,
There goes a
dude.
hammy. Especially if you have bad running technique. It's yeah. I'm fortunate enough I sprint every week in some way, shape, or form. Not at 100% capacity, but when I'm demoing a decent amount, or every now and then I have to do some style of sprints.
God, what are we doing? We're talking about fitness in the middle of this.
Yeah, good. We got it. We
Unacceptable.
got it. We got it done. We talked about spring break. We talked about fitness.
Unacceptable, dude.
All right.
What do you mean? We're not talking about spring break.
Oh, yeah, it's coming up. So make sure you do your juice cleanse. I have two. Sorry, this random
Next.
random episode of just random things. I'm gonna hopefully the audio plays well enough through just my phone through the microphone here, and I want to pull up on the computer. There's no need to it, but dude, I'm not even gonna preface what this is. I want you to just hear how amazing. I would love to. Here we go.
The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. Chapter 1. An Unexpected Party. In a hole in the ground, there lived a hobbit. Not a nasty, dirty, wet hole filled with the ends of worms and an oozy smell, nor yet a dry, bare, sandy hole with nothing in it to...
Do you know who that is?
No.
That's Andy Serkis, which is the guy that plays.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's
I feel like I heard that he was coming out with audiobooks stuff.
he's doing audiobooks of like The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. Then that was
Yeah.
him actually, like that was a clip of him actually doing it. Like that, I would
Yeah,
love to
pretty
listen
sick.
to that. I saw that the other day. I was like, that's so sick. And this also relates to. No, I'm not going to pull that up.
This here's Mark.
Okay, next clip. These are all just TikToks. I was like, these are great. So this is. I'm not showing the video. I'm just going to play the audio because the video doesn't really matter. In all honesty, you shouldn't hear it. This is Mark Hamill and Harrison Ford, and Jimmy Fallon is interviews both of them at different stages, and I don't need to explain any more than that.
That was impression of Harrison Ford too, wasn't it? I'm looking in continuity, and I said, "Oh, wait a second! This is right after we got out of the trash compactor. Shouldn't my hair be all wet and matted with schmutz all through it?" And he turns to me and says,
Hey, kid, it ain't that kind of movie. If people are looking at your hair, we're all in big trouble.
No, that wasn't bad. Oh, he can have the job. No, it's really good.
Yeah, it's not bad, right?
That was very impressive.
Yeah, Mark Hamill, who plays Luke, was the one doing the impression. If you didn't
Yeah.
pick up on that, and Harrison Ford from Star Wars, but
Did you know he also voiced a Joker? Yeah, you probably already knew that.
oh yeah,
but
I didn't know that until I don't know several years ago. But he's a
Yeah.
voice actor for several different animated characters, and
yeah,
his Joker is really good. And I've seen some other guys try to do some Joker voices, and yeah, I think he was the Joker for the games too. He's really good. His voice acting's
maybe.
I think
Yeah.
I think he's for the games. Yeah,
Dude, have you played the Arkham City games?
yeah, they're great. They're really fun.
They're so good. That was like the first video game that I put hours into.
Yeah, like one of the first ones that wasn't like an online game, like an actual single player game.
Yeah.
It's they're
Yeah, it was like Webkins, and then I went to Arkham City. You know what I mean?
and then I don't even know what you just
You
said.
really brushed over that one.
I,
Okay, wait,
I wasn't a
let's
little
back up,
rascal.
let's back up.
Okay, what did you say?
Let's back up. Did you ever have Webkins, or was that too old for you?
Don't you know what that is?
Or I guess what?
I just tried to act like I knew what it was and just brushed over it because I didn't know.
No way, dude.
What is it?
No way, dude.
Spell this
Oh
out.
my god, this is like my Gen Z moment here.
Web what?
Web,
Okay.
web,
Mhm.
and then KINZ.
Webkins. Okay, these are like
Bro, so there's stuffed animals. Okay. Listen to the premise. It's an online game or world, okay?
mhm.
But you buy the physical stuffed animals and then you enter the code into the game, So you have that animal in the game.
So this is like the first NFT, but
No, bro, no. And they had games, and they had like, dude, oh my gosh.
I have honestly
And you could like
never seen
interact
this
with them,
before.
and you could build your house and stuff, and like decorate it. And oh my god, you've never heard of Webkins?
No, I
Not even a
I
little
think I
bit.
maybe the stuffed animals that I'm looking up. I think I have maybe seen that in a store, but I don't know. I've never.
You never just even heard of it.
No, first time ever. And you went from the stuffed animals and the fluffy, just like everything about that animated game, to
Yeah.
Arkham with like
Yeah, something
the
like that.
Joker being in an insane asylum in that video in that game, and you're like going through
Yeah,
that.
pretty much.
Yeah,
Oh my god, dude. The fact that you don't know.
that's the strongest G-Zen moment. G-Zen. Wow, my words have been the
G's
past
in,
3
bro.
episodes. Your biggest Gen Z moment of the podcast. It's a podcast exclusive.
Bro, I'm downloading Webkins right now.
Never played it.
I'm gonna play the game.
You're gonna play it while we're podcasting.
No, I'll play it later. We'll see if I
Do you
can.
still have your
Let's
stuffed
see if I
animals?
can see. No, well, maybe like in the basement somewhere. But I want to see if I can even log in. You know,
Yeah. No, I don't even. There's a bunch of games.
that's crazy, dude. That's crazy to me.
Wasn't a thing.
It's fine though.
Wasn't a thing. All right, on to
Yeah.
the next random thing that I have written down. Here we go. Okay, this was on another podcast.
All right, what do you got?
What are you playing with, Cole?
I'm playing with the mic thing. I don't know. I just get twitchy. I get
I'm
twitchy.
gonna get you
You need to buy a thing for me to just mess with.
a fidget
While
spinner.
we're
We're gonna get you a
talking.
fidget spinner to fidget.
Dude, no. But remember when those were a thing? Oh, let me ask you another question of something you may or may not have done. Silly bands, were you part of that?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. How old were you when that was a thing?
No clue.
Because I was in middle school. That means you were in college? Are we that separated?
No,
Dang, that's tough.
I may have
Yeah,
been in
you would have been in
college.
college.
I never like. No, I don't think I was. Now I gotta look this up. Hold on. Silly bands. Let's see, silly bands. If you know what silly bands are, basically they're just rubber bands that when you can wear them on your arm.
Or in the shape of
Yeah,
things.
in the shape of like animals or stars or
Yeah.
whatever.
You could have like an elephant one or like a butterfly one, and then they would go around your wrist, and then you would trade them. You trade them with kids. They'd be like, "Oh my god, that one's so sick. I'll give you this, this, this." People would come to school. I'm not even kidding. I hope you can see my arm.
I can't.
They would come
Hold
to
on.
school from like rubber bands from here
Right.
all the way to their elbow,
Yeah,
man.
because you'd like trade them.
All the way to their. Yeah, I know, but dude, it looks so stupid.
Yeah. I don't know when they came out. It's on a release date.
I guarantee it's like 2010, 2011.
2002.
No, that's not right.
It says the original shaped silicone rubber bands were created in 2002. But
Oh, maybe they didn't get popular until later.
yeah, some of that stuff takes a little bit of while. But especially then, it takes a while before they really kick
Yeah.
off. This one's at 2010. Yeah, so I don't know.
Crazy, dude. Anyways, that was just another thing I remember.
I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but is this I don't know if it could be a pet peeve if you've never experienced it. I've experienced it. I get it when someone says it. Is it a pet peeve? Let's say someone in the friend group, right? Like, say you have a friend group and someone has a nickname or whatever. And let's say they start dating someone or someone new. Usually it's kind of, I guess it would be dating would be the best way to put it. Someone starts dating them, but they don't call them by the nickname that the friend group
nickname?
has. So for like example, let's say you had a friend in the group and his name is Michael, but no one calls him Michael. Everyone calls him Mikey. And then the person comes in, they're like, no, Michael does this and Michael says that.
Okay, it also really depends on how they say Michael. Because if they say Michael in the tone that you should say Michael, meaning like, no, Michael,
Right. You're trying to correct the group.
that's different when they're trying to correct you.
Yeah.
Or if they're just calling him Michael because that's what they call him. There's a big difference there. But if they're trying to correct you, unacceptable.
It's not Mikey, it's Michael. Well, it's like, Lauren. Like, I don't call her Lauren. I don't know if I've ever called her Lauren. I don't know. It just so, like, smoothly when we started dating and I started hanging out and I started hanging out with her friends, it was like, "Oh, you're Low." And it's always been Low. I very rarely call her Lauren, even though I do it every single episode.
I gotta learn that origin story. Low. Why is it low?
I don't know. It's kind of, but with like Lauren, it is a popular nickname. I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, because
Oh,
I've
alright.
had an athlete named Lauren, and like they're like, yeah, people call me Low. But yeah, no, like on this podcast, I call her Lauren every single time, and I never call, like, very rarely, unless she's in trouble. I'm just kidding. Unless she's she's in trouble. Unless I'm in trouble and we're having an argument. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. All right. We're gonna.
What were we gonna say? You were on your next story.
Oh, that was the next story. Sorry, we're all over the place, and I'm also writing down right now to take out that other story at the timestamp. We're not going to talk about that story. I'm going to take it out. Timestamp. So if you're listening or at this point, I'm not taking this part out. There's a story that we told that I'm taking out of the episode.
That's fine.
It wasn't that bad. I just feel like there's no value.
It's not that
Yeah.
bad.
Well, there's not
There's
that.
no value
There's
in
just
it.
no value in it. It didn't be like it. Just as I started reading it, I was just like, okay. Well, and then I got when we got out of it. So yeah, that story's gone. You'll never know what it was. It wasn't that bad, but it's not worth having in the episode in any way, shape, or form. No, and no.
Okay, what's your favorite internet browser?
That's a good question, Cole.
Are you a Chrome person? Are you a Firefox person? Safari?
I operate on a Mac computer, not a MacBook.
Yeah.
And I like to use Safari. I like Safari. I've always used Safari, but the issue with Safari lately, and I don't know why this is a thing, and I actually talked to one of my adult clients that's very much in the tech industry. Whenever I Google stuff or I go into the main browser, and I probably just need to go in and change my main browser at this point, it always makes me use freaking Bing. Bing is not as
Oh,
good.
you can change that.
Yeah, I know.
You can change that.
I need to. You know what? I'm gonna put that on one of my sticky notes. Change it because
Yeah.
it makes me use Bing.
Bing is so annoying, dude.
It's nowhere near as good as Google. And a lot of what I need for thumbnails or whatever stuff I'm doing is I need a lot of PNGs. So just stuff that, like, let's say, like for the thumbnail last time, I needed a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, and
Yeah.
I needed a PNG. So I'll type in Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich PNG on Bing. They're never PNGs, even though they look like it. So
What are they, JPEGs?
well, no, it's just like I need the background to be deleted. I need a you know what I mean?
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I need like
I know what you mean.
just the sandwich, no background, because it looks better on a thumbnail or everything you do. So when you type it in, it should just and then when you get it, it'll have the sandwich, and then it has like the white and gray squares in the background. So that usually signifies that it is a PNG.
Yeah.
Then I'll download it, put it in Canva, and it's not a freaking PNG. So I'm like, oh, but then on Google, 75% of the time, if you do that, it does it correctly. So what I end up having to do is I'll download all this stuff. I'm going on a rant. I'll download all this stuff for the thumbnail
That's
or
fine.
what I'm doing, and I need the PNGs. And Bing gives me stuff that looks like a PNG, but it's not a PNG. So then I have to take it and put it in Photoshop, delete the background, and then upload it back on Canva so I can put it into a thumbnail. And it's like, just make the PNG be a PNG. So Bing, I'm so tired of you. I'm going to change it off my main thing. The answer to your question is I like to use Safari. What do you like to use?
I like Chrome, dude. I mean, Chrome is just like, I don't know, it's superior. I used to be a Safari person, but Chrome is so superior.
Why?
I downloaded Firefox the other day. It just doesn't hit the same. I don't know. I like the extensions that you can put on Chrome. I don't think it's as easy to add things to Safari. Like I have a dark reader extension, I have an ad blocker extension, um I have one other extension that I use a lot. I guess that's kind of it. Ad blocker and dark reader.
One of the things that
Which is
bothers
pretty nice.
this is just like,
Oh, and then the password saving is so much easier on Chrome than it is Safari. It's kind of weird on Safari.
yeah. Well, the one of the things that bothers me on Chrome, I like Chrome. I just don't use it as much. I use Chrome for just like I've been using it for Google, but I just need to change the main browser off of it. But I hate how the X's on the tabs are on the right on Chrome versus on the left on Safari.
Oh, that's
I
interesting.
know it sounds crazy, but that's like one of
I've
my
just been using Chrome for so long, so I guess I just forgot about
yeah.
Safari.
My mouse just died. I can't use the mouse for anything now. Sick. I don't.
Yeah, but like, when's the last time you used Internet Explorer?
Is that a thing on?
Dude, you remember Internet Explorer?
Yeah, but like, is that an
When's
option?
the last time you used it?
I don't know.
Well, you can download it and use it as your browser. So when is the last time you had Internet Explorer?
Honestly, I don't know. Like I've been operating off this Mac, I guess, for like 2 years or so, and then before that, which is when I think about this in hindsight, I'm like, how did I ever do that? I used to just operate off an iPad with a keyboard. Like that's how I did stuff. So I was just using Safari.
Dude, you gotta have a computer.
I didn't have a computer. I was like, how did I do anything? Like, what was I doing?
That's
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
And then I got this thing.
Like, iPads are great, but they're not that great,
Yeah, it's nowhere near like you have to have a for what I do desktop, and I mean I even have a terabyte external hard drive that if I don't have that thing, I'm screwed. Like I need more hard. Like I just need it for especially with a Mac.
Yeah.
It doesn't have that much memory. Doesn't have that much memory.
All right, well, now you know what Brandon uses for his internet.
Safari. Plus, it also connects when my phone automatically uses Safari, right? Like that's I don't know
Yeah, that is cool. That is nice.
Safari on my phone.
That's it.
That's it. I didn't have.
You got anything else you want to talk about?
Well, I have a list that's on the right side of my screen right now, but I can't click on it because my mouse died. So I don't know what's on the list. Well, actually, hold on.
You don't remember?
No, I don't remember. I wrote it down. I literally, I had a couple of ideas of just like what to throw in this thing because I just didn't have any general ideas, and I was busy just doing other stuff and got
Doing
behind.
other stuff,
I
man.
had to take Kylo to the vet this morning. He's fine. So this is actually fun. This is a good way to end this thing. So no, he's fine. Kylo's fine, but he had to get his Bordetella shot. So
That's good.
this weekend, Kylo is going to a dog birthday party at some.
Oh, that is so sick.
I'm excited. He's gonna be. Lauren and I were texting. Sorry, Lo and I were texting back and forth. Now you know I call her Lo. I'm gonna stop calling her Lauren on the podcast. Not you, just everyone listening.
People.
Yeah, people.
There you
Yeah,
go.
other people. Obviously, you know I call her Lo. I don't call her Lauren. Do you call her Lauren or Lo?
I don't. Lauren. I think I call her Lauren.
Okay, so basically, I called you out earlier for the pet peeve thing where you're supposed to call her Lo and you call her Lauren. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, but I'm not against Low, I guess. I just I don't know.
So
I haven't called her that.
So earlier when I was saying that story, you
Maybe I should
you
call
were
her that.
defending yourself.
I guess I was.
Depends on how you say it.
Yeah. So.
uh,
Sorry, Lauren.
Yeah.
Low. Lauren. Low.
Dog party. He's going to a dog party, and when I texted Lo about it, she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to take him and wear him out in the morning before we go, so he's not just like too crazy because he's one of those dogs.
You got to.
You have to wear him out before he goes and does something because he will get right into other dogs' faces, not in a mean way. He's just like, "What's up? Let's go." But he's going to a dog party, so there'll be plenty of videos taken of that for sure.
How many dogs are going to be there? Do you know?
I don't know. I think it's a coworker from work. They're hosting the party for like his dog at one of the places up here that accepts dogs, but they have to be like fully vaccinated or whatever. And
that's cool.
So I had to make sure to get his
so.
Bordetella in today. So that kind of backed me up a little bit as far as me getting this podcast together. I was looking for something here. Got it. Okay. To end the podcast off with fitness, I've got...
Wow. We did it. Ladies and gentlemen, we did it.
That's another thing.
Fitness at the
now
end.
That you're clapping, I think we should clap more during the episodes. I think there should be more clapping involved. So like when we clap like that. Yeah, I don't know how
what
close.
For?
I don't know.
Just anything?
Anything. I think it needs to be more clapping involved in our podcast.
All right,
just to spike people's audio when they're listening.
I like that.
As far as that goes. So yesterday I was getting together just some organizational stuff that I need for the gym, This is pretty good.
Like that?
Yeah, I want you. That's what it. I'll clap for you when you say something that I really like, and then you
Okay, I
clap
like
for
that.
me.
All right.
So then every single time I'm gonna
I,
take that clip to edit it to post it somewhere, I have to edit out claps.
yeah, that sounds good. I just really appreciated that you were working and doing work for your gym.
Yeah, instead of the podcast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I do both. I do both. But I'm getting. I'm getting.
All right, what's next? What do you got? What do you
I
got?
got together just some organizational stuff for spring break, and then ordered
Nah, dude.
for spring break as far as like videos. So I have all these videos together that I'm going to be putting up, and one of the ones that I think will be really funny is